All right, this is our review for the Chapter 6 Part 2 test. The test was covering logs, so you will want your exponent table. There will be a portion of the test where there is no calculator and a portion of the test that is calculator. So right now this is the no calculator part. Read the directions, and your goal is to simplify as far as I can. So first, the first two questions are things that are on the mile marker. They're the last two questions, 15 and 16 on the mile marker. We're going to start by expanding this problem. So we talked about, when you expand, you want problem 1 to look like problem 2. So I don't want to see one log, I want to see several logs. So if you just ignore the log for now, and you look at this as 5 times x cubed times y squared, that is where your multiplication is going to turn into addition. And then, just like down here, how everything that is added or subtracted has that log in front of it, that's what's going to happen here. That ln is going to go in front of the 5. It's also going to go in front of the x cubed, but the cubed won't stay here. The cubed is going to move to the front and turn into multiplication. And then the same will happen with the 2 of the y squared. And then this is expanded. So B, the rules don't mention anything about radicals, these check marks. So if you remember that a fourth root is a 1/4 power, this is the same as xy to the 1/4 power. And then that 1/4 actually applies to both of them because it just distributes in. And so this is what we are going to be expanding. So if you look at this as ignoring the log, x to the 1/4 times y to the 1/4 divided by 7, now your multiplication will turn into addition and your division will turn into subtraction. And then I'll bring that log back, and I will put the 1/4 in front of the log plus, not 2 x's, just 1 x there. And then the 1/4 in front of the y's log, and then minus log 7. And now this one has been condensed. And again, that's just 1/4 log x, not 2 x's there. And then the last one. So the idea, this is kind of hard to notice, but this is x to the 4th over y, and then all of that's cubed. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is just distribute that in, so it's x to the 12th, and distribute it in here, so it's y to the 3rd. And now when you look at this as x to the 12th divided by y to the 3rd, that division is now going to turn into subtraction, and then I'll bring that log base 3 with the x to the 12th, but don't put the 12 here, sorry, put the 12 in front, minus, and then I'm going to put that log 3 with the y, and I'm going to put the 3 in front as well. And now that one has been expanded. All right, problem number 2. So the idea on 2 is when I'm done, I don't want 3 logs or 2 logs, I just want 1 log. So we're going to do the exact opposite. So the first thing is, how we took those numbers and brought them back, those exponents, and we put them as multiplication. I'm actually going to take that multiplication, and bring it back as an exponent. So first I'm just going to move this to 6 squared. Or I'm going to move this 2 into 13 squared, or this x into x cubed. This x here at x to the 18th, and this y as y to the 6th. So just take care of that. And then if you ignore the logs, like we did on the first problem, then 5 plus 7 plus 6 squared will turn into 5 times 7 times 6 squared. And if you just bring the ln back in front of all of that, that's great, but you can easily turn on your calculator. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry, you wouldn't have a calculator here. Well, at least it says on this section. So if you did 5 times 7 times 36, because that is what 6 squared is, 5 times 7 times 36, you would actually get this. Now that's a bit to multiply without a calculator. So again, if you just left it like that, that would be fine. Oops, sorry. All right, this one. So ignoring the logs, 13 cubed minus x cubed would turn into 13 cubed divided by x cubed. And they don't write it with the division symbol, they always write it with a fraction. And so now you can just bring the log back. That's great. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do, this will be on the calculator portion. So have your calculator out. I'll switch it to that so that it is 13 cubed. Again, that's just 2197 over x to the third. So whether you have log 8 with this or log 8 with this, this is a great answer. This is also a great answer. Okay? And then C. So C is just like B. X to the 18th minus y to the 6th becomes divided. And x to the 18th over y to the 6th. They're going to stay that way. I cannot subtract the exponents. They don't have the same base. Put the log 9 back in front, and you're done. So the common mistakes, people would forget the log. Sometimes they connected an equal sign with these two. There's no equal sign there. All right, problem 3. These are just mile marker questions. This is that middle section. So I give you a log, you give me an exponent. I give you an exponent, you give me a log. In this section, these 4 problems are like the whole test. I mean, you have to know how to do this. So start with your base. 6 to the 3rd power is 216. And 6 to the 3rd power is 216. I don't see a base, so I'd like to put 1. ln always has a base of e, not 10. So e to the y power equals 2x. I don't care what y is. I don't care what x is. That's all you're going to do. Next set of problems. I give you the exponent. You're going to give me the log. So don't forget to write the log. M is little, n is normal sized, equals 3. Over here, same thing. Log e, and then a 5, equals 3y. And if you remember that log e is ln, that's even better, but both answers are fine. So that's the first page of the test. All right, or sorry.